everyone, Yensid Organist here, and welcome to another episode of OrgelCraft. I hope you guys are having a great day today. So, a little bit of change since the last episode. I have been doing a little bit of terraforming here, and essentially all of this is going to need to get leveled for the town. So when I feel like grinding, I'm just slowly working things down. So you'll notice little progress things here and there. So if it looks different, when I come back, just know that that's what I've been working on off camera. It's kind of one of my little de-stress projects right now if I need something to do. So in the last episode, we were working on trying to figure out the scale of Market Square, and after living with it for a couple of days and just kind of trying to get a feel for things, I came up with this, and I really, really like how this feels. The size feels good, the scale feels good. So I brought some things over a little bit. So this is kind of like the wall, and then this is going to lead to the bridge that goes to the castle. Everything else is kind of, as it stands. I'm going to have to rip this out at some point. But then this is going to be the square. We're going to have that stall in this area. And then these are the houses and the shops that kind of line this around. And so I played with some of the sizes. So I have a couple that are like only 3 wide, tucked in here. I haven't done anything. These are just placeholders. These are not what the houses are going to be built out of. But I feel like we really have a good grasp on the scale now. As I stand down in here, this size feels good. It feels, it feels nice and open, for what a marketplace would be like. But it's not so big like when we had originally pushed things back. And so I'm really liking how this feels when I stand here. It feels like it's a good size, and I might do a little bit of tweaking still with where things go. Like I might want to put a gap between a couple of these buildings just so they're not all right on top of one another. You can see this one here, there's a gap here. This is actually going to expand out here and be 4 wide at the top because it's kind of what it looks like when I've been looking at pictures of it. So, yeah, so let me know what you guys think. This is not what we are going to be working on today, though. We actually are going to be doing some projects back in the old, I guess the Season 1 part of the world. But before we do that, we need to head into the nether, and you know what? I'm not wearing anything gold. Hang on. Okay, gold acquired. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to come in here and I want to gather some resources. So one of the things I've been looking, a lot of the wood in the in the town is painted, and I think that some of these new nether woods that we have, I think are going to be really, really nice for that. I don't know how much of the crimson I want to use, but I definitely want to use the, do I have my hoe? I do have my hoe. I definitely want to use, some of the crimson and the warped, and yeah, so we're going to get some of that. For what we need today, though, is we need some blackstone. And I know that somewhere over here is the basalt delta. Is it here? There it is. So this will be a good place to get some blackstone because there's an upgrade to the entrance to the base that I have been wanting to do for months and months and months, ever since I knew this was going to be a possibility. So let me get some mining done here in the nether, just get some resources collected so we actually have some to work with for projects for today and projects for the future, and then I will meet you guys back in the old part of the world. Welcome back to the base. I have just spotted a llama, but that means the presence of a wandering trader. And there's actually something that I need from a wandering trader. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Do you have... you have nautilus shells! Yay! Okay, that's what I need. Where are you? Somewhere... There you are. Yes, give me all that you have, because I'm going to need a conduit, and I do not have any nautilus shells. But now, I have a few, but not enough to actually make a conduit. So, now we are good to go. Thank you, invisible trader. Anyway, we are back at the base. I've been gathering a whole bunch of nether resources. As you can see here, I got a couple shulker boxes worth of things, and so we're going to work on finding a place to put those things in our storage area, and there's a couple of things that I have been wanting to deal with for a long time, and you know what? We're going to do with those right now. So let's grab some of this black stone out of here, and then let's go over here, and let's just do polished blackstone slab, and I'm just gonna go ahead and make, that's probably more than I need, but we'll go with that. So, when I come to this base, I don't always ride the minecart through it because it can be a little bit of a hassle, and sometimes it's just faster to walk. The problem is, trying to keep this hallway dark and also spawn-proof means that everything in here has to be carpeted, which means you have to go through and you have to jump up every single one of these. And it's always been the most annoying thing in the world, and I've tried flying a number of times, and I've frequently died. So, what I have been ecstatic about with this update is the ability to have a black block that will give us either a stair or a half slab. So what we are going to do is we're going to just come ahead in here, pull out the carpet right along the edge of this, and it only needs to be up one side. I do want to make sure that it doesn't affect the speed of the minecart, because I know sometimes when you have blocks next to them, it slows them down. But we are going to talk... might not do that one. We'll see how it looks once we actually get these all in place. But I suspect that once they're in place, and we take the torches out, let's see. That's not carpeted anyway. Yeah, that was never carpeted, so that won't be an issue because I believe our light level is good. Yes, our light level is fine. All right, so let's go ahead and take the torches out. I feel like it's always raining when I have been at the base recently. Appropriate for Florida weather. Okay, I don't really like that one, so I think I'm going to deal with... Actually, was there a carpet there? Does there need to be a carpet? That is a 9. So I think we'll leave that. And then I'm okay with the rest of this. But now you can run up here. Oh, it's so much nicer. And you really don't see it except for there and maybe that first one. And I'm okay with that. So I guess what I do want to test is whether or not the minecart speed will be affected by that. So let's just go ahead and grab one here. Take the ride up, and hopefully it will not be an issue. Nope, it is not an issue at all. Excellent. Oh, and apparently there's another minecart in here. All right, let me take these. So then we're going to need to do that over here on our little sneaky way out. And while we're over here, let's see if I can sneak through there. One of the problems that I had was I didn't quite design this tunnel right, and so you have the quartz here, and that's something that's always bugged me a little bit. I wonder though, I wonder if I couldn't, it wouldn't be in the middle, but I do have black concrete on the sides here. That's, I wonder if it might be... Yeah, this is only 2 blocks high. That's part of the problem. But I wonder if there isn't a way that we could maybe cover this over. I'll have to play with that sometime off camera because it's going to take a while. But we do want to come in here and let's see. Let's get our slabs and we'll just put those all the way along in the dark, which is hard to see. But I think, did that place a slab there? Yes. Okay, good. Yeah, can't see anything here, but I think we are getting that. There we go. I just watched the numbers. Yeah, because we'll want to be able to do this, and of course you'll never see it. I feel like this one is darker than the other one, and then we hit a wall right there. Okay, now, I do want to test, I know speed is not an issue, but I was having an issue where something happened in the update, and instead of kicking me out in the doorway here, it was kicking me out farther down along the trail. So I put a block in there. There we go. Yeah, so I was ending up on that powered rail there instead of in the doorway. So I put another block in there so it's not a too high gap. And that should be good to go now. We have our little trophy room here, and I think I need to add one to this. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put that, and I don't have any quartz on me at the moment. But this little piece of gilded black stone, I'm going to label this, was it worth it? You may have noticed that the number of levels I have has significantly been reduced since the last clip. Yeah, so I was trying to get at least one of every single type of the new block, and I really wanted to have some gilded blackstone. This is one of my favorite blocks in the update, and so I decided I would go raid a bastion and just get, you know, a few pieces so we could just have them for our storage. I found a place that I thought was completely free of piglins and mined it out, only it wasn't, and I had about 8 descend on me and kill me. No big deal, grabbed my backup stuff and came back to get all of it, except I didn't have any gold armor, so of course they immediately attacked me again, and well, yeah, I lost an elytra, I lost my shovel, because it despawned before, because it was in the lava, and I couldn't get to it in the lava, and I didn't have an ender chest, so I didn't have potions. Yeah, so this one is going down here, less as a, what were we calling these? I don't know. The word has left me. Less of a trophy and more of a reminder of, you know, maybe try not to be so stupid. So, anyway, let's go ahead and send that minecart on back. And then let us... Oops, that's right. There I'm going to have to jump. But then we can run. Yay! Oh, it's so much easier. There we go. So yeah, I'll have to deal with that and see if there's any way to darken it. But so now I have got let's see, where's that other shulker box? So I have a lot of the different stuff. So we've got some basalt, I've got blackstone, I've got the crimson stemmed, I've got the warp stemmed, and all of those varieties. And have been thinking about trying to figure out where to put things. Now, I was here before, and I was initially thinking that I would put some of the nether stuff up here, and I think that I'm going to do that, but I think what I actually want to do is repurpose these chests over here. So I've got chests for gas tiers and other, like, nether drops, blaze rods, and wither roses. But really, this storage isn't being used for much, so I think this could all be condensed and moved to that upper one. So then we could have a dedicated chest for blackstone, we could have one for basalt, and then maybe what we could do is the stems. So we could put the crimson stems and the warp stems in there, and then up here we could take all of those drops. And do I have something in here? I have nothing in there. Okay, this is for honey. And I don't have anything in there. So what we could probably do, and I think, let's see, yeah, I could chuck a double chest in here. So we could put like some of like the foliage, so the roots and the sprouts and the mushrooms and things like that in a chest. There, we could put the wart blocks in there, maybe the shroom lights as well, and then we could get another chest over here like for fungus and things like that. So I think that will be good. So let me get to work on getting all of that stuff sorted out, and I will bring you guys back when that is finished. Welcome back. So I ended up having to make a little bit of a trip back into the new part of the nether because I discovered that I had some things that I actually was missing. So like the twisting vines, the weeping vines, these nether sprouts. So what we've got is up here we have I'm calling them nether drops, even though technically wither roses don't come from there. And then in here we have, I call this is the shroom box. So we have shroom light, we have the crimson fungus, and the warped fungus, which are, mushrooms. And then these will be all of the little foliage things there. And then over here we have the nylium, the warped and the crimson, the nether gold ore. I went back and got some gilded blackstone. I decided we're not going to memorialize this. And then also some crying obsidian here as well, which I went back to the bastion and raided the chests that were in there because there were no piglins left. Soul soil is going to just be up here with soul sand since those go together. And then if we come over here, I've got blackstone, so just raw blackstone is going to be in the bottom, and then all of the variants will be up top. Then we have basalt in there, and then our warped stems and our crimson stems up here. So I think that is going to be good. We've managed to incorporate everything else we've got, and I'm really happy with how that worked out. So, I also replaced my shovel, which needed to have been done. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to head over to the creeper and unintentional spider farm that we created, and I want to work on expanding that. So let's head over there. So here we are back at the creeper/spider farm, and I did not realize that it was only, there were only 3 platforms here, so that kind of explains why my rates haven't necessarily been the greatest. So what we are going to do is I think we're going to add at least 2 more platforms to this one here, but then we are going to massively expand it, and we're going to add 3 more towers around here to get drops. And so one of them is going to be another dedicated creeper and spider tower, and then the other 2 are going to just be generic mob farms so that we can get, zombie drops and spider drops and things like that. Not spider, skeleton, that's what I mean. So yeah, so we are going to build that up, and that is going to be our time-lapse for this episode. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the time lapse. So, yeah, I went and did the collection system here after we got everything all built up. This required a disgusting amount of hoppers. Yeah, but went and did that, and then connected everything up to a central little sorting and storage system. Unfortunately, it's not sorted yet because I didn't have enough materials. So I went on about I don't know, probably about a 4-hour AFK session, and yeah, just from AFKing, almost 3 double chests of gunpowder, and then there's some various other things. But as you see, we got a lot of materials here, so I need to go through and get all of that sorted. And I basically have this set up to sort out 5 different items. So gunpowder and string and rotten flesh and arrows, and I'm trying to remember what the other one was. Bones, that would be the other one. And then all the other drops, so all the witch drops. So the sticks, redstone, glowstone, spider eyes. You can see we don't have a ton of those. A little bit of sugar. There are some glass bottles around. I've got 2 rows of chests dedicated to those, so I'm going to get that sorting system all organized and put together. But as you can see, we already have a ton of resources in there just from one AFK session. Certainly enough gunpowder to keep me going for a long time, and that was really what I was hoping for by expanding this. And so yeah, we've made good progress on this. One of the things I was thinking about with this is like what to do with this area, because it really is, you know, an industrial area. You know, but they're definitely not the prettiest builds in the world. Obviously, you know, I'm going for, you know, function here rather than the aesthetic. So I don't know. I'm trying to decide what I want to do with this, and you know, I was you know, after watching the massive pyramid that Cubfan built on OrgelCraft, I was thinking, well, maybe we should just put like a, you know, a build height pyramid over here that we could house all of this stuff, you know, and then the monorail would kind of go through that, but it would have to house the iron farm as well, and we'd have to be careful about some of the spawning mechanics with that. But I think this would be a good place if we have any other big farms that we need to build up. I've contemplated maybe doing a raid farm. And so I'm thinking like this is probably the area to put all of our big industrial farms. You can see there's a lot of mobs sitting up here. Dangerous to fly through, but there we go. So I think that is going to do it for today. I had one more project that I wanted to work on. Actually, there's one thing I wanted to show off. Since we were doing stuff with the nether, I don't think I ever actually showed this off with the monorail. When I built it, I started working on it shortly before the snapshots came out, where we started seeing the soulfire torches, and I thought that the blue would be really cool to have as part of the monorail line. So once it came out, I took all the soul sand that I had and converted it to the soulfire torches, and I think it looks really, really good on the monorail. It gives that little bit of color to it, that blue, kind of like signal lights, you know, that kind of mark where the thing is at night, even though it's all lit anyway. I really like it. I think it looks good. So I just thought I would point that out, you know, some little things we have done with all of the new nether blocks. But guys, I think that is going to do it for today. As I said, I had one more project that I wanted to work on, but I just don't have the time to get to it. So it'll be good for a future episode, and I'll let you guys make your guesses, unless I already said earlier in this episode, which has been filmed over the course of a couple of days. And if that's the case, well, then they'll be very good guesses. So let me know down in the comments. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you did, please be sure to give it a like and share it with your friends. If you haven't already, I would encourage you to subscribe and make sure you click that little notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my latest posts. Be sure to follow me on social media. and hope to see you on Wednesday nights for our live streams, 9:30 Eastern. Thanks for watching. See you real soon.